Then leg out.
92.7 KUFM News. Concise, precise, balanced, unbiased.
We are live from Benin City to the world. This is 92.7 KUFM News Dawn.
It's 6:30 a.m. Good morning and welcome to News Dawn on KU 92.7 FM Benin City. First, the headlines. Supreme Court dismisses APC forgery suit against Governor Obaseki. Desiani forfeits jewelry worth 14.4 billion naira to federal government. Polytechnic students threaten to disrupt flights at Abuja Airport. On entertainment, Burna Boy and Wizkid nominated for Best International Act Award. And in sport, double Olympic champion Caster Semenya fails in Tokyo Games qualification attempts. Details of these and more after this break. I am God's Love, Orlando. And now the news in details. The Supreme Court on Friday upheld the ruling of the appeal court dismissing the alleged certificate forgery suit filed by the All Progressives Congress APC against the governor during the 2020 governorship election. The verdict affirms the victory of Governor Godwin Obaseki at the September 19 polls. The five-man panel of justices of the Apex Court in a unanimous decision held that the appellants failed to prove their case against Obaseki and awarded 1 million naira costs in favor of the governor. The Apex Court in its ruling said it found no reason to set aside the concurrent judgment of the Federal High Court and the Court of Appeal in Abuja, which earlier dismissed the allegation that Obaseki tendered false credentials to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to aid his qualification for the Guber poll. Delivering the judgment, Justice Emmanuel Agbim said the appellants woefully failed to substantiate their forgery allegation against Obaseki, adding that they neither went to the university nor the West African Examination Council WAEC for checks, but relied on INEC's form. Dismissing the allegation, the learned justice said the appellants did not provide any scintilla of evidence to prove their case. Meanwhile, Governor Godwin Obaseki has described the Supreme Court's judgment as a demonstration of willingness and capacity to defend the country's democracy. He said he sees the victory as a renewed call by God to rededicate himself to his service and that of the people of Edo State. The governor noted that the statement by the Supreme Court justices, it is clear that they align with what Edo people knew all along, which is that there was no merit in the case. Obaseki dedicated the victory to Edo people, noting that their resolve to stand by him despite the campaign of calumny was inspiring. He expressed appreciation to the People's Democratic Party (PDP) for supporting him and holding steadfast in his belief and vision for a better Edo. The People's Democratic Party (PDP) has also reacted to the Supreme Court judgment on Friday. Addressing the press shortly after the verdict, the state chairman of the party, Dr. Tony Azegbemi, said, "With the judgment, the coast is clear for the governor and the party to hit the ground running in their efforts to develop the state."
We, as a party, we are elated, we are excited, we are in cloud nine, flowing from the judgment that we got today at the Supreme Court, affirming for perhaps the sixth, seventh time that our governor was properly elected, that he had the certificates that he gave to the INEC for the elections, and that all what was just being done was distraction. But thank God for today. The judgment portends for us as a party a lot of hard work in front of us. And we will enjoin all Edo people to be ready. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a tea party, but we should just be ready. All of us, the PDP, the APC, the non-partisan person, we should just roll up our sleeves and be ready to work and support our governor because of the vision he has for Edo State.
The chairman, who also, along with some chieftains of the party in the state, also calls for a united front irrespective of party affiliation and interest to move the state forward. And away from Edo State to Ebonyi State, where the governor of the state, David Umahi, has dissolved the state's executive council with immediate effect. Secretary to the state government, SSG, Kenneth Ubala, announced this dissolution after the council's meeting on Friday in Abakaliki. He, however, pointed out some key officers were not affected by the first phase of the dissolution. Those not affected, according to him, include Secretary to the state government, Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Commissioner for Finance, and Commissioner for Information. Others are Commissioner for Border Peace, among others. Elsewhere, the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Abdurrashid Bawa, has disclosed that the jewelry forfeited by the former Minister of Petroleum Resources, Desiani Alison Madueke, is worth 14.4 billion naira. The EFCC chairman stated this on Friday when he appeared before the House of Representatives ad hoc committee investigating the assessment and status of recovered loot. He said the jewelry forfeited from the former minister has been valued by relevant government agencies. Bawa also noted that the estimated value of the houses seized and forfeited from Desiani is $80 million. The anti-graft boss stated that the assets are in the custody of the commission and have not been sold. The House of Representatives Committee is assessing the status of all recovered loot, movable and immovable assets from 2020 to 2020 by agencies of government. The National Association of Polytechnic Students, NAPS, has vowed to disrupt domestic and international flights at Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, from Monday if the federal government fails to reach an agreement with the Academic Staff Union of Polytechnic Staff, ASUP. The students who demanded the immediate reopening of polytechnics also called for immediate negotiations to end the lingering strike by ASUP. The angry students who barricaded the entrance of the Federal Ministry of Education carrying placards with various inscriptions urged the federal government to listen to their lecturers. The protesting students were received by officials of the ministry led by the Minister of State for Education, Emeka Nwajuba. Polytechnic teachers had been on strike for 2 months over government's inability to meet their demands. President of NAPS, Sunday Asuko, called on both parties to reach a compromise or risk nationwide protest by the students. Coming up shortly after this break, new Chief of Army Staff assumes office. Details in a moment.
At split seconds, there is a lot happening around us, but we can't be everywhere all the time. We've got work, families, and chores to cater to, and most importantly, time to rest. And that's why having reliable partner like KUFM News is important. Sleeping? We don't. We work round the clock, bringing you stories as they break from Nigeria and across the world. We would stop at nothing to keep you informed, because KUFM News is all about you and stories that affect you. Politics, business, human interests, sports, entertainment, just name it. We've got you covered. KUFM News. Timely, precise, spot on.
You're welcome back, and now to the rest of the news. The newly appointed Chief of Army Staff, Major General Farouk Yahaya, on Friday assumed command of the Nigerian Army Defense Headquarters in Abuja. A handful of Army generals received the Army Chief at the Quarter Guard, where he inspected a guard of honor. Although there was no formal handing over, the Chief of Army Staff met with the Chief of Defense Staff, General Loki Rabo, behind closed doors. Shortly after the meeting with the CDS, Yahaya went into another closed-door meeting with the principal staff officers and commanders. The new Army Chief is a member of 37 regular corps. 2 officials of the Federal Road Safety Corps FRSC have been arrested for allegedly presenting fake Bachelor of Science degree certificates to the Corps. The Corps' public education officer, Assistant Corps Marshal Bisi Kazim, made this known in a statement in Abuja on Friday. Kazim said also being held were 2 members of a certificate forgery syndicate alleged to have forged the certificate bearing full details of the University of Abuja for the 2 officials of FRSC. The Corps Public Education Officer said the arrest was made in collaboration with the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC. Kazim said the 2 FRSC personnel whose names were not given presented the degree certificates during one of the Corps' conversion course exercise from non-commissioned officers to commissioned officer cadre. He said the suspect will be charged to court after investigation. And now to Delta State, where 3 officers have been killed in an attack in the Umutu Police Divisional Headquarters in Ukwani local government area of Delta State. The acting public police relations officer, Bright Edafe, confirmed the incident in a statement on Friday. Edafe explained that the attack started at about 2 a.m. when armed men in their numbers stormed the Umutu police station, shooting sporadically at the station. According to him, the gunmen who intended to burn down the station and cut away arms did the best international act at the BET Award show for 2021. Both superstars will be battling it out with Aya Nakamura, France, Diamond Platnumz, Tanzania, Mcida, Brazil, Heady One, UK, Young T and Broxy, UK, and Yusufa, France. Burna Boy won the Best International Act category at the 2019 and 2020 BET Awards. And now to the foreign scene, where American singer Usher Raymond 5, simply known as Usher, and girlfriend announced they are expecting their second child together. Jennifer, who serves as vice president of A&R at Epic Records, announced this on her Instagram status. She shared photos of Usher cradling her baby bump during Thursday's red carpet of the iHeart Radio Music Awards hosted by Usher. This will be Usher's second child with Jennifer, as they welcomed a baby girl, Sovereign Bull, last September. And that's it on entertainment. And now in sport, where double Olympic champion Caster Semenya fails in Tokyo Games qualification attempts. Details coming up shortly. And now talking sports, where double Olympic 800 meters champion Caster Semenya has failed in her latest attempt to secure her place at the Tokyo Olympics, finishing outside the qualifying mark for the 5,000 meters. The 30-year-old South African finished in 15 minutes, 32.15 seconds in Durban, minus 22.15 seconds outside the qualifying time. It was her second bid to qualify after clocking 15 minutes, 52 seconds and 28 in April. Semenya is not allowed to compete in events between 400 meters and a mile without taking testosterone-reducing drugs. Governing body World Athletics introduced the rule in 2019. It means that Semenya, who won Olympic gold in the 800 meters in both 2012 and 2016, is unable to defend her title in Tokyo. Semenya refuses to take testosterone-reducing drugs, arguing that it could endanger her health and that the ruling denies her and other athletes with differences of sexual development the right to rely on their natural abilities. The International Olympic Committee has set a 29 June deadline for athletes wanting to compete in Japan to secure qualification. And that's it on Sport News. And that's the news, but before we go, a quick recap of the headlines. Supreme Court dismisses APC forgery suit against Governor Obaseki. Desiani forfeits jewelry worth 14.4 billion naira to federal government. And finally, on News Done this morning, Polytechnic students threaten to disrupt flights at Abuja airport. Please do remember that the continued unity of Nigeria is a collective responsibility. Be sure to play your part. Do not forget, you can listen to us anywhere in the world, either by visiting our website at www.kufm.net, or you can download our KU mobile app from the Google Play Store. Remember, you can also listen to us on radioguardian.com. For visual purposes, join us live on YouTube at KUFM Nigeria. KUFM's News Done was produced by Nosahai Owadiai. I am God's Love, Orlando, saying thanks for listening and good morning.
Don't you touch that dial. Sugar, don't touch that dial.
KUFM 92.7.
Now, back to the hits faster.
We are KU 92.7.